When the moon is not full, the stars shine more brightly. He who hunts two rats catches none. If you burn a house, can you conceal the smoke? A strawberry blossom will not sweeten dry bread. When the master is absent, the frogs hop into the house. He who is bitten by a snake fears a lizard. Okay, that was short. That was quite short. Let's analyze one of them. He who is bitten by a snake fears a lizard. Interpretation of that. Analysis of that. A snake is bigger than a lizard, depending on the lizard. If you get bitten by a snake, you tend to become a little bit more suspicious, a little bit more untrustworthy towards others, or others who are not even really a threat, right? I think you see this a lot in I know this is like almost like a hoodie analogy, but when people get jumped, let's say they get swarmed, right? Let's say it's like these Orleans swarmings, or the late 90s to early 2000s swarmings in South Keys. People get swarmed by large groups of people. Then late at night, they tend to, they become suspicious of every last person in the street. Actually, let's not even get into super localized examples. Let's get into two main examples that are going to play out, or that are getting an increased amount of news attention. Sexual assault and incidents of racism, right? Now, let's say you're black and and I'm using this as an example because I'm black. Let's say you're black and you get into one incident of racism, of overt, very aggressive racism. Maybe this example isn't good because, minorities have been dealing with racism. It's part of the experience. But if you go to your workplace and you have an overt experience of racism, or you're in public, you have an overt experience of racism, you then tend to perceive everybody else around as potentially being racist, right? You're like, I'm not going to go into that store because the one employee was racist, therefore everybody else has to be racist, right?